Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm only going to be on here for about 20 minutes. I'm getting ready to go on Bobby D's show here in a little bit. But I wanted to come on real quick to talk about this question that I got, which is about reductions and the VA taking away people's benefits. Okay. I've mentioned this several times. I've talked about this several times, which is when you get your award letter, most people don't read it. Most people are so excited they got approved. They look for the dollar amount that they're getting, and that's it. That's as far as they go. They never check to see what they actually were rated for, why they got the rating they got, and whether or not it's a temporary um, grant of a service connection, if it's permanent. Did they put a future date for you to have a future exam? That's number one. Number two, the VA will send you a letter in the mail telling you about an exam. Some veterans take that letter, throw it in a drawer, never look at it, never read it, never think about it again. They'll then send out additional letters asking you to come to an appointment. Again, they never look at it, they never read it, they just take it, throw it in a desk drawer, throw it in the trash, don't even care. Next thing they know, they get a letter in the mail that they don't read again that says they're going to either reduce or take a rating away. Now, the veteran again never looks at it. So when he gets his check and he sees he's no longer 100% or he's no longer 70%, now he wants to raise holy hell, he or she, blame the government and says, tell everybody who will listen, they took my benefits away for no reason. When that was not the case. That was never the case. The third reason is you put in for a new claim. You let someone talk you into filing a claim you had no shot of winning. You filed a claim, they found an error while going through your claim. The error is less than 10 years old, so guess what the VA did? They corrected the error. You're no longer 100%. You're back to 60%. Those are clear things that happen, okay? Those are pretty much the main reasons why veterans' ratings get reduced. Now, what I want to do is direct you guys to the Department of Veterans Affairs YouTube channel. The Department of Veterans Affairs YouTube channel. Not a YouTube channel where they got their mouth open. All that, being loud, cussing out the VA is like a sugar high. Oh, you would get off watching this man online scream for about 30, 45 minutes, cuss out the VA, call him every name under the sun. Great. Made you feel good for about 30, 45 minutes. After he gets done with all this cussing and ranting and everything, what did that actually do for you? Did that help you solve your situation with the VA at all? Probably not. But when you actually go to the VA's website or their YouTube channel and read and understand, okay, next time I need to really follow up with what the VA is sending me. I need to make sure I go to these exams. So let me go ahead and pull this up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Because for me, it's like, okay, if you're going to go to a channel, in my opinion, go to a channel that's actually going to help you. Not a bunch of loud screaming and mouth open, talking about this, that, and the third. And what is it doing for you? Absolutely nothing. Am I on the right one? Hold up. Make sure I get on the right one. All right. So this is the Department of Veterans Affairs YouTube channel. Okay. There are two main guys that host this, and they go over a variety of topics. All right. In my opinion, if you're going to watch anything, you want to watch this because this is strict. They are representing the Department of Veterans Affairs. They're not representing themselves with all these crazy ass thumbnails. They're representing the Department of Veterans Affairs. So please pay attention to what this Navy veteran, well, this guy right here is a Marine, but there's a Navy veteran that he's talking to. Please pay attention, close attention to what he says. All right.
The VA take away or reduce my VA disability? And if so, how or why?
When you get a decision, which is what I will stress this as much as I can, you have to read your paperwork. You have to look through everything that you sent, because in your paperwork, there's a decision and then there's a rating narrative. It talks to you about why they came to that conclusion. It tells you if it's permanent, it tells you if it's temporary, and it tells you if it's going to be a future examination. You need to look at your code sheet because it'll tell you if they're planning on looking at something that they don't feel is permanent in nature. If you look at that block, it'll say future exam. And then if it has a date, that's something you know they're going to look at again. So then that way you're not going in unknowingly and then all of a sudden you get a letter saying they're going to reduce that. You have to understand that when you get your service connection, reading the narrative and then looking at the blocks to determine if they're going to look at something again tells you if it's a potential for that being reduced. So again, make sure you read your paperwork, look to see if something that you're service connected for has an exam, because they're going to reevaluate that. And if they determine that it's better or it's improved, then the VA benefit side are going to look at that to determine if it still needs to stay at that percentage. It's really just that simple. The other thing is, if it gets worse before you get to the future exam, or you do have to continue to go in for because it's degeneratively, giving you trouble, you need to go get that documented, because now the decision makers, when the future exam comes around, they're going to look at that and go, well, this person's been having problems with this condition even after the initial service connection. So we want to make sure that we don't penalize them for that. We want to make sure that we give them either more, or we just continue what they currently have and we don't reduce it. So the reduction is usually based on future exams that's already of record, or the fact that they put in for you to show up for an exam and you didn't go. And that's the biggest one for the reduction, that you're not getting back to us or you're not showing up for exams. Everyone needs to go to their exams. And if you can't go, make arrangements to reschedule, because if you don't, it's going to probably put you on the side of something being denied or reduced. And it's usually, now is when the veterans want to come back and start having these discussions. Take the time when you get a letter, take the time when you get a call. If you can't do it, life is happening, your schedule is tough, you're traveling, something's going on with your family, or maybe something's going on with you. Get back to us, we will work with you. But when you don't get back to us, we're not really left with a lot of choices, because we still have to do our jobs as well.
Okay. I also wanted to play that for the people who are wondering, do they have to go and get seen at the VA? Okay. If they ever send you a letter saying, we need to see you, we need you to come in for this exam, do it. Go do it. Just get it out of the way. Don't hem and haw. Don't be like, how can I get out of it? Just go do it. Just comply. The one thing you got to understand, for all the anti-government talk, for all the, I don't want them to follow me, I don't want them to know where I am, all that talk, all well and fine. They're paying you. And the quickest way to get them to stop paying you is for you to not do what they asked you to do. That's the quickest way they can get your attention. You don't want to do what they asked you to do, they can cut you off at any point, at any time. So that's what I wanted to say tonight. For all those ones who are trying to figure out a way to scam their way out of whatever, you're playing with fire. Our U.S. government, you should know, you're playing with fire. You guys were in the military. You know how our government works. You already know. So if they're asking you to do something, you need to comply. Period. In the story. Now, one other thing before I get off and get on Bobby D's show tonight, you guys be sure to go check out Bobby D. Had a question about SSDI. All right, where can I find this information you're referring to? So let's go to Social Security's website, which is right here. This is ssa.gov. This is where you would find this pertaining to SSI right here. Okay. Now, people, oh well, I don't remember them telling me that or where that goes. Go right here and read for yourself. Okay. You are not supposed to be outside of the U.S. You or your representative payee no more than 30 days. That's it. 30 consecutive days. That is it. Once you leave, what happens? Well, once you're outside of the U.S., as it says here, a recipient is not eligible for SSI if she is outside the U.S. for a full calendar month or 30 consecutive days or longer. See the exception. You can say, well, what are the exceptions? Here are the exceptions. You're a student and blind or disabled child of military parents stationed outside the United States may receive SSI payments if they meet certain criteria. That's the only exception. That's it. So for those of you who are in the DR, in the Philippines, here in Colombia, in Brazil, and you're only on SSI, I would strongly suggest if you want to keep your SSI, you take your butt back to the United States of America before they find out you were outside the country more than 30 consecutive days. That's just my suggestion. You grown people, do what you want. But when you're looking at it from the outside and here and just see what you guys type and what you say, I want y'all to get this part, those of you who are not on SSI. Do you know what SSI is? For those of you that don't, do you know what it is? SSI is basically the U.S. government giving people money who either were born disabled or did not have enough working credits to get SSDI. So instead of leaving them out in the streets with nothing, the government says, you know what? We'll give you this much money, $960, $1,050, whatever it is, right? That's all they get. That is it. That's it. Anything that they get above that gets deducted from that $1,050. So for example, let's say Barry's a really nice guy. Barry wants to help out his buddy. Barry sends his buddy $300. Well, guess what happens to his buddy's check the next month? That $300 Barry sent gets deducted from his SSI check. That's how tight the government is with SSI. But these people, being slick and being smart on SSI, are going, oh, well, I'm going to just go over there and I'm going to leave my American address here, my American address there. And when they send me letters, I'm going to have a family member check to see what it is that they're talking about. Okay, cool. But you got to remember something also. How did you get into that country? You ain't getting into the Philippines, Colombia, DR, Mexico, Brazil without what? A passport. What does that passport have? A stamp. It has a stamp to show when you enter and a stamp to show when you leave. And if you think that your U.S. government doesn't know when you check into a country and when you leave a country, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. So let's say you've been in the Philippines over a year. You decide you want to go back to the States. You've been getting paid the entire time, and SSI has been unaware. Guess what happens as soon as they find out you've been gone for a year? You're not getting paid for a year. That's how that works. So for all those people out there who are trying to be slick, for all those people out there that think they know what they're doing, okay, cool. Now, when you got no money for a year coming from SSI, where you going? Where you going? You got families that's going to give you money now? Keep playing around with our U.S. government, guys. Keep trying to figure out ways to steal, to cheat. A lot of y'all going to end up straight in jail, and it's going to be your fault. There's no point of trying to blame somebody else because you're the one doing it to yourself. They made rules, especially when they giving you money. It's not like you worked for 40 years and this is what you earn. They're literally giving you money. And some of y'all still go out and do just dumb things to make sure that you lose it. Whatever, man. Whatever. But I'm done with that. I got to get ready to get on with Bobby D. What's going on, Barry? How you doing tonight? T-Mix, how you doing? Much respect as well to you. For everybody else, man, hopefully I was able to give you some information about why the VA either reduce ratings or take ratings away. Is mainly because of three reasons. One, you didn't show up. No, the number one reason is people don't show up to their appointments. They don't respond to letters. Second, when they do get something in the mail that says, I'm going to reduce your rating, most veterans do nothing. Most veterans don't understand that when you file an appeal, that puts that reduction on hold. You get the opportunity to say whether or not you get the opportunity to fight whatever the VA's decision is, right? Instead of you just rolling over and taking it, you say, no. This is not right, and show them why it's not right. You get that opportunity, okay? And the third reason why is because you filed a claim, they went back to your claim file, and they found an error. Your file is less than 10 years old. Being less than 10 years old, they can correct that error. If they choose to, they can correct it. So can you go from 100% to 50%? Absolutely. You can go from 100% to 10%. Absolutely. You can go from being on TDIU to just being 70%. Absolutely. If it's less than 10 years that you've had your rating, they can absolutely go in and reduce it without a doubt. Okay. What's Bobby D's channel name? It's called Love Train Nation. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. What's being shared? Was there something being shared? What was being shared? I don't even know what was being shared. Let's see. Where can I? Your channel. Try to see if I got it on, so I can pull it up and show you exactly what it is. Switch real quick, because I'm supposed to be on his show in about 15 more minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Where is it? Here it is. Love Train Nation. Yeah, Barry, I just want to show them what it looks like so they can see. So here it is right here. It's called Love Train Nation. I'm going to try to copy this and put it in the stream. Yeah, so I just put the link in the stream right there at the bottom. But yeah, it's called Love Train Nation. Mr. G, got to make sure your address is up to date. Absolutely. It happened to me years ago. Went from 30 to 10. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I try to answer questions, man. Not only that, I try to show you resources where you can go read this for yourself or see it for yourself, so you don't think I'm just out here making up stuff. Okay. But for me personally, if you're looking for the best veterans information, you got to get it from the source. That's the Department of Veterans Affairs. They're putting out videos every week about every topic. I've yet to see a topic someone has brought up where they haven't done a video about it. They've done a video talking about when you're 70%, this is what you got, yada, 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 30%, 10%, all the way through. They've done videos on all of it, okay? On all of it. So if you got a question about it, definitely you want to go and check out the Department of Veterans Affairs YouTube channel to hear them say specific things that you might be looking for to help you or to find out a reason why something happened to you. Yeah, Love Train Nation, no problem. Yeah, here's the link to Bobby D's channel. SSI is about 900. How can blank slate? I mean, and now the number one place a lot of them go is the Philippines. They go to the Philippines, they go out to the province, and there it is, right? But these people, you know, for whatever reason, and they've been told, it's not like they haven't been told, dog. When they get that award letter from Social Security, it's in their award letter. You can travel outside the U.S., but you can't be outside the U.S. no more than 30 days in a calendar year. That's it. These people move to these countries full time. I'm like, dog, how you just up and leave when they told you can't go? But they do it anyway. And when they get screwed up, blank slate, it's the government's fault. They taking my money. And how they gonna take my money? And what's the money they gave you to stay your butt in the States? Yep, that's it, Barry. Let me see. Pull that back up real quick. But I don't get people like that, man. Especially when they giving you something you haven't even earned. We just gonna give you this money so you can have some money every month. And they still go out and screw it up. I have no pity for it. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not into the excuses of, well, you know, man, they wanted to get out. No, you should have got yourself together. You want to get out. I ain't in the excuse business. Let me see if I can find that real quick so I can put the link in the chat. Guess I got to go to my history. Trying to find where this is right here. So I can go to their home page. All right. All right. So here is the link to their homepage, Barry, right here. I just put it in the chat. All right, let's see. Is it 900 for everybody? I'm still working. I pulled my statement and it said, no. Okay, this is also where the confusion comes in. There's a huge difference between SSDI and SSI. SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance. That's the insurance, the money that they take out of your check every month for Social Security. That's what you're paying. Not just for your retirement, but you're also paying the insurance. So if you become disabled, that's how you got that $1,600. SSI is supplemental security income. That is for people who are either born disabled or people who didn't have enough work credits and they don't have no money. They really don't own anything. This is money that the government gives them. They basically just gives them this money, okay? Because they got nothing. They literally will have nothing to be on the street. So the government says, okay, we're going to give you this money, but here are the rules you have to follow. It's no different than people who are on welfare, food stamps, Section 8. The government will give you this stuff, and then they'll say, okay, we're going to let you stay here, but you got to follow these rules. It might be you can't do drugs. They're going to give you a drug test every so often or whatever. You can't have any other people living with you, and they may come by and check, okay? That's what happens, you know, when you're dealing with our government, they have rules. If you don't want to follow the rules, don't apply for the money, period. Live free. Don't apply. But if you're going to follow the rules, then you'll be able to keep your money and live your life, you know, with what they give you. But when you get caught, don't blame the government for you making a decision. That's on you. What's up, Mr. Miles? How you doing? Yeah, I got to get ready to get up off here. Bobby D getting ready to go live in about, I got about 15 more minutes. So yeah, here's the link to that, to the VA's website. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to say website. YouTube channel. This is the Department of Veterans Affairs YouTube channel. It ain't all them crazy thumbnails, yelling head, and Elizabeth, they coming to join me. Ain't none of that. Okay? These are serious people who have actual reps on there talking about why veterans lose their disabilities, why veterans were reduced, how did you get an increase, or what do you need to do to get an increase. All these things are on there where you guys can get more information. You can get good information instead of, well, I think, I believe, or I'm just going to cuss out the VA and say that they're the boogeyman and all this. That stuff ain't doing you no good. Just keep it 100. I mean, I can sit on here now and just trash the Department of Veterans Affairs. It'll make you feel good. You'll get that sugar high. Then what? Then the next day, you're in the same boat you were in after watching me scream at them for 45 minutes. Instead of me actually telling you something or guiding you somewhere that could actually help you. That's all I'm saying. What's up, family man? How you doing? Oh, no, I'm just responding to comments that were left behind where someone wanted to know why would they get reduced? Why would the VA reduce their rating? Why would they take it away? Can they do it? So as I'm going to repeat this. So if you've had your rating less than 10 years, I need y'all to hear me, less than 10 years, the VA can reduce your rating. They can't take it away, but they can reduce your rating. Okay? If you've had your rating only 5 years, or less than 5 years, less than 5 years, they can take everything away. Everything, they can take every bit of it away, period. It's not until you hit 20 years from the date you received it, not the date you might have just got started with 10%. It's the date that you received your 100% P&T rating. That's the date that when it hits 20 years, okay, because the only way they can take it at that point is if they can prove fraud. Okay, that's the only way. When you hit 20 years from the date that you got it, so let's say you got a rating, you became 100% P&T in 2000. Well, it's 2023. Unless the VA can say you committed fraud, ain't a damn thing they can do. Nothing. Now, if you're less than, let's say you filed last year, you became 100% P&T, it's been 2 years. Can they take that away? Absolutely. They damn sure can. They definitely can. Yes, they can. Okay, Mr. G. No problem, Team Mix. Watch the channel a few times. Legit, yeah. Roll past. What is this? Got to Manassas the other day. Who is that? Oh, he rolled past. Okay, he rolled past where you were. Got it. Ray Lewis' son died. Wow. Wait, Ray Lewis' son? Didn't he have twins? No. I'm thinking of Roy Jones. Ray Lewis' son. I don't think I know who that is, but damn, man, that's some sad news there, Barry. You're tardy but present. Even if you turn total and permanent. God damn, I can't get my words out. Yes, it depends on the date. The dates, I did a video talking about the years of service. So you have, I'm sorry, not years of service connection. So you have the 5-year rule, 10-year rule, 100% rule, and the P&T rule. Okay? Depends on where you are, where you have that, when you have that rating. Once you get past 5 years, okay. But they can still reduce your rating if it's less than 10. Once you get past 10, it gets a lot harder. It's like time in service. Once you get to a certain point in service, it becomes very hard to do anything to you. It becomes very hard. This system works the exact same way. The earlier you are in the process, the easier it is for them to take something away from you. That's just how it works. The more time you got in, the better it is for you. That's basically how that works. When I became 100% PNT, that was in 2010. I got 6 more years to go. But as far as my rating goes, though, to be quite honest with you, it would be super hard for them to take my rating away. I ain't saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it'd be super hard for them to do it because I got almost 13 years in at 100% PNT, and that's not my original rating. My original rating goes back to 2001. No. Wait. Hold up. When did I get out? 99. Yeah, my original rating goes back to 2001. That one's long been protected. That one's protected 3 years ago. Okay? There ain't nothing they can do with that. If all else fails, I still got that one rating. And ain't a damn thing they can do with that one. Nothing. Okay, you talking T-Mix. I bet they would storm the White House next if they did that to vets en masse. Probably. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Sorry about that, T-Mix. My grand soldier needed a hug and a kiss before departed the AO. Okay, I got you. What time is it? I don't want to be late to Bobby D's show. So yeah, I got like 3 minutes, guys. I need to get off and get ready for Bobby D's show. Any other questions you guys have, man, I can try to answer. Of course, I don't know everything. And I'll pull up different sites from the VA or wherever. Go to the government's website, go to Social Security's website, and show you precisely where you can go find this stuff for yourself and read it for yourself. I don't have to be on here making up shit, lying, just to try to get views. I'm not on here trying to get rich or be YouTube famous. None of that. I'm just trying to help my federal veterans. I'm just trying to give back what somebody did for me. They helped me, so now I'm trying to help other people. Yes, I'm still in Colombia. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Mr. Miles. So are there any other questions, guys? Anything else? Or if you're catching this on the replay, you can leave it in the comment section below on the replay, and I'll try to get to your comment. But you guys got to know what the rules are, man. The biggest thing with the Department of Veterans Affairs, just do what they ask y'all to do, man. If they call you and say, hey, we need you to come in and get your blood drawn, they just want to see if you're taking the medication. That's all that is. That's all that is. They don't really do. Once they see when you get to a certain point, like with me, they ain't calling me in for no damn blood draws. Give a damn about that no more. I got what I got, and it ain't going away, period. It ain't nothing they can do to change it. But that's basically what they're doing, man. When they call you in, we want to draw your blood. We want to just see if you're taking your medication. If they call you in and they say, hey, we want to reevaluate you because of whatever, that's because you have a history of something either improving or something that's gotten worse. And they're calling you in because they want to reevaluate you to see, has it really gotten worse or has it really gotten better? And at that point, you want to pay attention, because if it's gotten better, they may be looking at reducing your rating. And for God's sakes, if you get a letter from the Department of Veterans Affairs, open it up and read it. Don't take it and throw it to the side and be like, I'll get to it later and forget about it. No. You get a letter from the VA, open that bad boy up and read it, because you don't know what they're doing. They may come back and say, hey, you had this bill when you were in the Navy from whenever, and they just caught it. You owe us $700. And we're going to take it out of your check if you don't set up payment arrangements. You pay it no attention. One month, you get your check, you $700 short. You trying to figure out where that money went. They've been sending you letters telling you. You never set up a payment plan. These are the small things that happen to vets, man. And the vet will get upset like the government never contacted them. And sometimes they do make mistakes. I don't want to make it sound like the VA is perfect. They most definitely are not perfect. And whoever said, make sure your address is up to date, you are 100% correct, sir. Do not move, and then don't tell them you moved. because they're going to send that letter to the last known address they got, period. And it's not their fault that your mail didn't get forwarded, that you didn't change your, that's on the vet. That is on the vet. Let's see. We need to get you some sleep, Ms. Markel. Ambient works. I don't like ambient. I don't want to mess with that. They got me right now on Trazodone, and I had the other one. I don't know. I forgot what it was called. Like when I get on sleeping meds, they work in the beginning. They may work the first month. They'll work great the first month. I'm able to sleep. After that, it's like my body gets adjusted to it. And it's like, nah, they'll increase the dose. It'll work for a little while. And it's like, I get adjusted to it again. And then it's like, So that's been going on for many years now. What is this? Tazon, I don't know what that is. Let's see. Just take half of 4 milligrams though. Man, T makes you on some stuff. You want some serious stuff there, teammates. I know Mike got some stuff too, and he be out for like 2 days. I'm like, nah, dog, I can't. I don't want to take nothing that's gonna take me out for 2 days. I don't want nothing like that. But I'll be all right. I get so exhausted sometimes that I'll sleep the entire day though. I'm so exhausted from not sleeping. I will just sleep the entire day. Let's see. They call me doctor. Oh yeah, they call me a pharmacia. That's what I am here. I had my friends come by one time. We watched the soccer match here in my house. Excuse me, at my apartment. And I had to go in the drawer to get something, and one of them saw all those pills. She's like, "You got a pharmacy here?" I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much. So I know how it is. But I'm gonna start going back to the VA in the States next year. And I'm gonna have those big ass bottles. I'm gonna show you guys when I get those big bottles. I think it's just easier for me to just start flying back and forth to the States instead of me trying to do this stuff here, because you're gonna run into issues here where either they can't get you CPAP, they can't get you prosthetics. Some of the meds you on, they're going to give you some kind of substitute, which may work fine for you. But for me, I just found that just going back to the States, and even when they do your records here, just so you know, when you live abroad and you put in a claim, you're going to go to so many of these exams. And even when you go to these exams, they still don't want to accept what they sent you. So you better off, like I had to do, just take your butt to the state and get it over with, because you fighting an uphill battle here. What's going on, fellas? Live on the third. Yeah. I gotta go. Guys. I got like 2 minutes left. It's only good for up to 4 hours. Okay, Mr. Miles know about that one. All right. But all right, guys, I gotta bounce. Sorry, I gotta cut this short. But I will holler at you guys tomorrow. Do a quick video for the roll call, and I'll see you all on Saturday live. I'm out. Peace.